What's going on, everyone? My name is Machine Gun Hunt, and welcome to another Destiny 2 video. It's not really a Destiny 2 video, but it does involve Destiny 2. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at some weapons, weapons that people don't really talk about with the exception of maybe one or two of them in the Season 14. I'm going to say these weapons are solid, they're great, and not only that, they're some of the best weapons in the game. Now, the focus of this video is not to look at the best weapons in the game that everyone knows about. Like raid weapons such as Fatebringer, Corrective Measure, Vex Mythoclast even, or looking at Iron Banner weapons like, the hand cannon, shotgun, machine gun, all that stuff. I just want to focus on weapons that an everyday Guardian can grab, no problem, and how useful and effective it could be. So, I'm going to focus on 10 weapons, okay? Most of them you can't really get, you don't have to get it from like raids and nightfalls or whatever, okay? So, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. Alright, so the first weapon we have here is Gridskeeper. This is going to be number 10. This is an energy pulse rifle that shoots void damage. So, it's a rapid fire frame. Not really that good unless you're doing PvP, which is, if you're doing PvP, that's great. But the coolest thing about this weapon is two things. Its range and its stability, which is really good. Now, the cool thing about this weapon is that it could roll with Killing Wind, which is really good, as well as Slideways. Now, Slideways, everyone thinks of it as like, it reloads your weapon when you slide. Okay, cool. What's also cool about it is that every time you slide, it temporarily boosts your handling and stability. And with a high fire rate pulse rifle, stability is extremely important. So when you have Slideways activated, you have a much better shot, and you can go ahead and take them out no problem. So what you could do is that you can combine it with Frenzy, high impact reserves, which, is alright. Or you can use multi-kill clip, which I personally like a lot. If you can kill 2 enemies at once, and then you can use multi-kill clip, hey, you could go ahead and do like a 2 or 3 burst damage, no problem right there. So yeah, this is surprisingly a really good gun, especially for the Crucible. As you can see here, it's 4.9 rating for Crucible. Yeah, Gridskeeper, a really good gun, and guess what? You have deeper reserves ammo and slightly faster reload speed when the magazine is empty, which is pretty good. So yeah, Gridskeeper, actually a good gun. Alright then, coming in at number 9, I'm actually really surprised about this one. Survivor's Empath. I think that's how you say it, not sure. I'm not an English writer. Anyway, so what's interesting about this gun right here, that it is a precision frame. What that means is every time you shoot the bullet, its stability is super, like, big. So it doesn't go up like most hand cannons. So as you can see, it is a kinetic-based weapon. So a lot of people don't like using this weapon because it's obviously doesn't do enough damage in Crucible. So it's more of a PvE weapon. So it's really good for like damage buffs such as Rampage, Swashbuckler, mixing it with like Rapid Hit and stuff like that, which is overall great. And it definitely has a large enough perk pool in order to do that. However, the reason why this gun is good is because of its availability. Basically, every time a gun rolls, it can have a whole bunch of different perks, and it can always be useful. Obviously, what you want to do is you want to focus more on like range with this gun because it already has great stability. So from right here, you want to have like corkscrew rifling just to get good bonuses right there. Extended barrel will definitely help out. And then even some other stuff such as hammer forged. So you want to either have extended barrel or hammer forged, so you can get those that range going. Extended mag, always good, no matter what. If you want to get a good one, appended mag is probably the best option here, so you can just get some more bullets in the magazine. And if not, you also want to get like high caliber rounds to increase the maximum range, as well as maybe armor piercing rounds, So even ricochet rounds, I think ricochet rounds might be the best actually. You just get the maximum range and stability. But high caliber rounds is good for PvP. And then you also have all these perks right here. So personally, what I like to do is I think rapid hit will be the best option for both PvE and PvP. Simply because if you're accurate, for PvP, it's gonna be a 4-shot headshot, and you're gonna have +4 rapid hit automatically if you were to be successful. So if you want to take advantage of the gun, you want to make sure that you're doing lots of precision shots. So if you're using this in Crucible, yeah, you're gonna hit your precision shots. You have to in order to perform well. So what that means is you want to find a perk that actually works well with rapid hit. So it could be, it could be, let's see here, multi-kill clip. That's a really good perk. I think kill clip, it will be the best option here. So once you do the 4 rapid headshots and then you use kill clip, who knows, you might even get that up to 3 damage, which is really good on this hand cannon, especially for its rate of fire. So heck, you can even have that pinnacle weapon that everyone used like back at like Destiny 2, where you can get like the 3 headshots and it's like boom, no problem. So yeah, I think this gun is great. If the numbers aren't right and you can't get a 3-shot headshot, okay, well that's like 2 shots to the head and 2 shots to the body, which is pretty good. So yeah, Savager's Empath, really good gun. Really good PvE and even good PvP. Fun gun. Alright, coming in number 8 is actually going to be the only Nightfall exclusive weapon in this list. And that is Plug 1. This is an energy fusion rifle. It does shoot arc damage. And I think this gun is way better than Null Composure. Simply being of its higher impact and its lower charging rate. Okay? So what you want to do is with fusion rifles, either want a hard-hitting weapon, or you want to have like a middle-of-the-road type of gun. You don't want to have the high fire rate, low impact damage. So that's like the last thing you want, especially for PvE or PvP. So what's good about this gun is not only good for PvE, it's also good in PvP. So obviously you want to use the God roll, extended barrel, or like Hammer Forge is the best option. I'll personally use extended barrel because you get the most range out of it, and recoil. And recoil is actually extremely important. And what you want to do is get liquid coils. Now what this does is that it gives you increased impact. You get +10 impact, and you get lower charge rate, which really doesn't matter, especially if you're doing PvE. So you have liquid coils, so you do more damage, which is really good for a fusion rifle. You need that damage. And then you can stack up Feeding Frenzy for PvE, as well as Reservoir Burst. Now Reservoir Burst is great not only because it does additional damage, but it also is basically Firefly as soon as you kill something, which makes everything explode. Really good for crowd control, really good for ads, excellent perk for that. Me personally, you could also get a really good PvP roll. Obviously you want to have liquid coils because you have higher impact, but it wouldn't matter because you would have quick draw and backup plan. Now these two perks would stack extremely well with each other if you're a fusion rifle fanatic. I think True Vanguard would like to have a gun like this, so he could just use fusion rifles no problem. He could kill someone instantly. And knowing him, he could definitely do a lot of work with him. So backup plan, quick draw, I think would be an excellent God roll in PvP. And I think it would definitely give a good chance for fusion rifles. So yeah, Plug 1, best fusion rifle of the game right now. Go ahead and hunt for it in the Nightfall if you're interested. And yeah, it's gonna be really fun to use it. Alright, so coming in at number 7 is gonna be Soldier's Tale. Now this gun is really good because it's a precision frame gun. What that means is it just shoots one slug shot. So it's energy, okay? What's great about this gun is its perk pool. Like, look at this. Look, you can get Hammer Forge, which is, the perk you want for a shotgun. Assault Mag, which is great for any shotgun. It not only increases your stability, which is, useful for a shotgun, especially for a precision shotgun, but it also increases the rate of fire for this gun as well, which is extremely important. The more rate of fire you have, the more DPS you can grab, especially if it's a certain damage phase. Especially with raids and nightfalls and stuff like that. So you could choose between all-loading holster or rapid hit. It really depends on what kind of build you're going for. If someone has like a primary kinetic, you probably want to do rapid hit because you want to reload that shotgun as quickly as possible. And if you're hitting your precision shots, then you're gonna do it no problem. But if not, auto-loading holster, and you could use, like, I don't know, rocket launcher with auto-loading holster, and you could switch it non-stop, which would be pretty good. And then you have Frenzy. Frenzy is amazing. It could not only stack the damage that you have with Assault Mag, but it also stacks with Rapid Hit as well. So imagine having like +5 Rapid Hit, plus Frenzy that's activated. You have lightning, and I mean lightning reflexes with reload. So yeah, Frenzy is just such a good perk, and if you're doing a boss battle against a raid, it's always going to be active no matter what. So Frenzy, really, really good. It increases your damage as well as your reload speed. Like, you can't beat that, So yeah, auto-loading holster or Rapid Hit will be perfect. And then with Frenzy, it's a perfect DPS shotgun for raid bosses. So yeah, this is a great gun, Synerger's Tail. If you don't have like the previous one, first in, last out, then this is definitely a second good option right here. Alright, coming in at number 6, Borrowed Time. This is a submachine gun. Now what's good about this machine gun is it's solar damage, okay? And most importantly, it's not paid for PvP. Now you will say, but that's a bad thing. Some submachine guns are good in PvP. Well, yeah, you're right. But look at that stability. It kind of sucks. So what you want to do is you want to focus this more on PvE. So what's really good about this gun, it has loads of range, which is really good going against ads. It's always good to have range with submachine guns here. What's also cool is the perk pool. There are literally loads of god rolls that you can get with this gun. So every time it drops for you, it really doesn't matter what kind of gun you get. It's always going to be like, at least okay. So, obviously you want stability because the stability is awful in this gun. And what you want is either ricochet rounds or high caliber rounds. I would choose ricochet rounds because you get more stability. And then you could just go on from there. Feeding Frenzy is a cool perk. I personally don't like it. I think Outlaw is much better. But with some machine guns, Feeding Frenzy is cool. I prefer to use Overflow. Overflow is a really good perk because if you have a whole bunch of bullets in the magazine, which by the way, 26 added to, like, I don't know, maybe an additional 26. Really, really good for this gun. Since it has a low magazine, it's always good to have Overflow on it. And then you can go on from there. Dragonfly with anything is good. Frenzy is amazing. You'll probably want to use Frenzy. Or you can even use Swashbuckler right here too. It's crazy. This gun has Frenzy, Swashbuckler, and freaking Rampage. Like 3 of the best damage perks you can have. So it's really your personal preference. I think Frenzy is the better choice here because it not only gives you damage, it also gives you good reload speed, which is great. And then plus you can get stuff like Demolistionist to get those Warlock builds going. Wellspring, of course, it just gives you lots of abilities. You can even use Surround if you want to, One for All if you don't want to, you don't feel like killing things. So you can have lots of options. Really cool gun, really good utility. It's just, it's in Gambit too. Just do Gambit, you can grab it freely, no problem. Alright then, coming in at whatever the number is, is Shattered Cipher. This is a machine gun. It is void damage, which is good for PvE, especially for the Vault of Glass raid against those Minotaurs. And what's shocking about this gun is that it's good, but it's not the rate of fire that I wanted. I prefer to have like low rate of fire, high impact machine guns, but this one has low impact and really high rate of fire. So yeah, it's good. It's so good that it's even viable in Vault of Glass, which is very shocking to me. So, obviously, it's very few selection for perks here. What I think is the best one is just going to be top tree. Extended barrel, you want to have tactical mag or extended mag. I'll probably use tactical mag because I don't want to reduce the reload speed. And then you can go for all-loading holster and Rampage, or you can use Field Prep. Field Prep is always good because on machine guns, simply because you not only get more ammo reserves, but you can also reload your weapon simply by crouching, which very useful. You could crouch all the time, and if you don't kill anything, you reload, boom, no problem. And what's also a good one I like to use is Unrelenting. Unrelenting does help for survivability if you're killing lots of enemies. So, and most importantly, they did buff Unrelenting, so which is good. So just go ahead and use this perk right here if you want survivability. Other than that, Rampage is good too. it's actually a surprisingly great gun. I've been seeing it lots in like raid teams and stuff like that with streams. Shattered Cipher is actually a great machine gun. Even Dado uses it. So take that as you may. That's the optimal DPS like machine, and he's using this machine gun. It kind of makes you think, doesn't it? Okay, next up is a personal favorite of mine. I will admit though, it's not the best. It is the Decide.
Deicide.
Now Decide is really good because it's not only a void weapon, it could take on Minotaurs from Vault of Glass, but it could also have rapid fire frame. Rapid fire frame makes it so that it has fires full auto with deep ammo reserves, faster reload when the weapon is empty. So this is good if you're just like unloading a whole bunch of bullets into a Minotaur. Once you go empty, you can go ahead and reload that no problem. So really there's only one good perk tree that you want, which is unfortunate. I do like guns for several god rolls. But this is going to be the best one right here. Field Choke. What you want to have is a Pendant Mag. And then you want Grave Robber as well as 1-2 Punch. Now these two perks work extremely well with each other because of two things. One, if you do a melee kill, it reloads the portion of the magazine. And if you do a whole bunch of bullets into the enemy, you can go ahead and get more damage with your melee attacks. So basically, since your melee attacks are more powerful, you have a much higher chance of killing an enemy with it, which means Grave Robber will activate and you can still do lots of damage. So, you know, a Pendant Mag is good because you can have more bullets in the magazine. Really good. And then Field Choke would actually help tighten the barrel, which makes you have a much higher chance of actually hitting all the pellets in order to get 1-2 Punch activated. So yeah, and then it'll be consistent because you won't have to worry about precision damage. So yeah, it's good. You could probably work out with Rifle Barrel as well, which is having more range. But it's really your preference. People would say Field Choke isn't exactly the best, especially for PvP, but you're not using this gun for PvP anyway. So I think Rifle Barrel is the better choice here, but hey, that's my personal opinion. But yeah, great gun. You can also work with Dual Loader. I do have Dual Loader and 1-2 Punch here. I think it's a really good roll, but I think Grave Robber is better. But hey, it's a good roll with Dual Loader as well. But yeah, to decide. It's also featured War Cult too, which is pretty nice. I love the exclusive weapons from certain groups. Really cool. Alright, we have another future War Cult weapon, and that is the Vision. It is a sidearm, and surprisingly, it's used a lot in PvE, not in PvP, which is quite shocking. You know, I see sidearms in PvP a lot, but not in PvE. But I've been seeing this gun a lot recently with Season 14. A reason being because you do have some mods that do help out with, you know, Nightfalls and stuff like that. Like, there's an Unstoppable mod you can get for sidearms, which is shocking. But hey, it's useful. So, honestly, the best roll right here is either going to be Swashbuckler. Swashbuckler, I think, is really good because if you were to do a melee kill, it's +5 automatically. Not only that, you can also get Ambitious Assassin, which is good if you're doing lots of rapid kills. So you have a high magazine, you have a Swashbuckler, which you have a much higher chance of killing enemies, no problem. And then, if you don't like Ambitious Assassin, like some people do, you could use full auto if you wanted to. So it's consistent damage, you could overload enemies as much as you want, and most importantly, there's some cool mods where you can do some cool builds with the sidearm. So yeah, good weapon. It's solar, which is good for the new Titan exotic. And yeah, the Vision. Really cool name, really cool gun, and guess what? It has loads of stability too, so it's really easy to, you know, to hit stuff with. Really cool gun. I love the Vision. One of my favorite weapons in the entire game. Alright, coming in at number 2 is Chroma Rush. Now again, this is another gun that I was surprised with because it is an archetype I do not like. It is rapid fire frame, deep ammo reserves. It's a auto rifle that's if you guys remember Destiny 1, you remember Atheon's epilogue, right? Well, this gun is basically Atheon's epilogue, and since VOG isn't around anymore, this is the gun we're dealing with right now. So, you can get Corkscrew Rifling, Hammer Forge. I think Corkscrew will probably be better because he just had better stats overall. Tactical Mag, which you get more reload speed and stability and stuff like that. And then you can get Feeding Frenzy. I don't like that. Just use Subsistence, and then you could get Rampage. This is an excellent roll right here. You can even get Kill Clip as well, just for more stable damage. But Kill Clip, Rampage, as well as Subsistence are great rolls. Me personally, I actually have a roll of Subsistence and Adrenaline Junkie. And I gotta say, using Adrenaline Junkie for a Warlock throwing infinite amount of grenades feels really, really good. It basically feels like the lower fire rate archetype is allowing Hunger doing the exact same damage, but it's high rate of fire. Really, really cool. I absolutely love Adrenaline Junkie. Like, I'm basically hunting down a whole bunch of auto rifles and some machine guns that has this perk. Really fun perk. I love using this perk. Really, really fun. And it basically made my day with using Chroma Rush. But yeah, great gun. Really surprised of Bungie making us use different archetypes that nobody likes, but they're making great weapons out of them, which I could appreciate that from them. So yeah, Chroma Rush. I am absolutely surprised with this gun. Really, really good. Alright, and I'm going to give an honorable mention here. The old Destiny 2 like swords that's exclusive to all the classes are available in Season 14. So Crown Splitter, Quick Feign, Infinity's Edge, all these guns are great. I'm saying guns. No, all these swords are great. Infinity's Edge is basically Falling Guillotine, but it's solar. You can spin around and do lots of damage. Quick Feign is great because you could just do a whole bunch of quick damage and do lots of good stuff there. And then you could do Crown Splitter. And Crown Splitter is just basically the I'm gonna smack you down type of sword. Like this gun, I keep saying gun. This sword is really fun to use because you just slam down on the enemy and you kill lots of folks. Really, really fun. Really, really cool. Titans are fun, you know? Like, get all of these weapons so you could just have lots of fun and you can have lots of power fantasy with all of them. Really, really cool. I absolutely love these weapons. Alright, and coming in at number 1 is pretty obvious if you were playing the game recently. Ignition Code. Ignition Code, guys. Let me explain. It's the same archetype as the... I forgot what the gun is called, but, you know, it's the gun that... It was the pinnacle gun that everyone used back in Season 13, you know. It had lots of explosive rounds. It had, like, Ambitious Assassin, its arc damage, all that stuff, right? Basically, this is the same gun, only it's kinetic, and it has better perks. Let me show you. If you could get a gun with both blinding grenades and spike grenades on it, you know it's great. It could roll with both of these. And if you can get a grenade launcher that has both of these at the same time, you are the most luckiest person in the world. Because this would be the best grenade launcher in the game if you can get both of these perks. No problem. Hard launch is great. Quick launch I like a lot, but hard launch is great too. Quick slide shot is actually really cool on this gun because you can just shoot, slide. Lots of... Basically, you have great rate of fire and you can do lots of damage with it. Ambitious Assassin is probably the best perk here because it overflows your magazine to 2. And you can do lots more damage with 2 grenades. Just saying, you know. So it also makes it so that if you're using perks like One for All, it makes it a lot easier to activate One for All with this weapon. So Ambitious Assassin One for All is a really good perk here. I would personally use Frenzy because, one, you also get increased damage, but you also get increased reload speed. So Ambitious Assassin, Feeding Frenzy, little blinding grenades, spike grenades, and maybe, I don't know, quick launch. That's the best grenade launcher you could use. Plus it's kinetic, so you could use a whole bunch of other energy weapons that are available in this season. Absolute awesome weapon. It's amazing. You guys need to grab it. It's so freaking good. But yeah, that's my top 10 recommended weapons for Season 14. Comment below what's your favorite weapon going on so far. It can even be a weapon that's not Season 14. You know, like, you might hate machine guns, so you'd probably think that the new one is just terrible. You might think grenade launchers are bad. It doesn't matter. Show me your favorite weapon. I want to see it. I might be missing something. It might be great. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Thank you guys. God bless. See ya.